Serverless functions are incredibly useful. Whether you're a coding wizard or you've never coded a day in your life, they are a tool that you need to have, especially if you want to keep delivering value in this rapidly changing world. In this video, we're going to look at what serverless functions are and how they work, the pros and cons, 2 real-world examples where we use serverless to build custom AI functionality, and finally, the key reason that they are so important both for individuals and in the business world. My name is Matt, this is Build Beyond. Let's get into it. So what are serverless functions? Simply, the bits of code which run in the cloud somewhere, on a server. It's not your server, managed by someone else, still a server. So how do we trigger these bits of code? Lots of ways. We can use HTTP triggers, where the function essentially acts as an API and we make requests to it. We can use event triggers. For example, when a user subscribes or makes a payment, we trigger our code. And lastly, we can use schedule triggers. For example, to run every day at midnight or run once a week. The pros. You just focus on your code. No infrastructure to worry about. Your changes get instantly deployed to production. Serverless functions are cheap, typically starting free with generous free tiers. They're also scalable, so if your app does pick up, you're going to scale without issue. The cons. Cold starts. That means a delay of up to a few seconds if the function hasn't run in a while. Serverless can also get expensive at a certain point. Cheaper at the start, but at some point, you might be better with a long-running container. Okay, let's get hands-on. First off, we're going to try the intuitive Cloudflare workers. Registration is seamless and they have a range of useful templates to start from. In our case, let's go for the LLM app. Right out of the box, we've got Meta's Llama 3 model. We're able to provide a system instruction to the model. Not all models support that. We're telling it to be a helpful assistant, and then we're providing our message. In this case, it's hard-coded. Let's deploy it. It doesn't work right off the bat because things need to deploy, so wait a while and then refresh. And there it is, a public URL you can share with anyone in the world, returning a response from AI that you've chosen. In this next example, we're going to create a function which takes in a subject from a user and then asks ChatGPT for a helpful tip on that subject and returns it. To show you how simple this is, we're going to do this on a different platform, this time Google Cloud Platform. There's a bit more upfront registration with GCP, but it does give you more flexibility in the languages you can use for your functions. Okay, so once we've registered and we've clicked through to the Cloud Run functions, we get a test function. So let's just deploy it. And there it is. Hello world. Now let's bring in our code that calls ChatGPT. And by the way, this is generated by ChatGPT. Here we've got the OpenAI endpoint that we're querying. We've got our auth token. See the link in the description for how to get that. We've got the model we want to use. There are some differences there. We've got a system prompt, the base instruction the model uses, and most importantly, our user prompt, which, as we can see, is taking the subject we pass in. Let's save and redeploy. And there it is. We're getting an error because we need to pass a subject. So if we type in a subject here of fitness, we'll get fitness tip. Perfect. Let's try growth. There you go, growth tip. Now this is where it gets truly powerful. We are creating something that anyone in the world can call. We are doing some AI secret sauce inside, and we've made it able to take in an input. So you can take in as many inputs as you want. You can do as much secret sauce as you want. You can make queries to any other service you need and encapsulate everything in this single serverless function. That is crazy. On to the reason that serverless functions are so important. Spoiler, it's not about serverless per se, it's about agility. The combination of serverless functions and AI, ChatGPT for one, is just so powerful. All you need is imagination to think about what are the dots in my environment, and then the discipline to just start using ChatGPT and figuring out how to connect those dots using serverless functions. Note, skill is not the requirement here. All it takes is determination. And if you're watching this video, I 100% guarantee that you can do it. It's simply a matter of effort. If you found this video useful and you want to stay at the cutting edge of AI-driven product development, well, then there's a lot of that ahead. So hit that subscribe button. And if there's anything in particular you'd like me to cover, then please leave a comment. Catch you next time.